Hi there, this is video 519. We're going to work on drawing and labeling normal distribution curves based on the mean and standard deviation. Now, the steps are here on the right-hand side, and the cool thing is the first three steps are exactly the same no matter what the graph looks like. Okay, so it says draw the curve and divide it horizontally into eight equal parts. All right, so here's what you draw. Start by drawing the axes. It'd probably be better if you used a ruler, but I didn't. So it's sketching. And I'm going to tell you the other thing that I do. I know, and I'll show you from the previous video, that it's supposed to be a pretty curve like that. And I get that. But every time I try and draw this, my diagram just gets really ugly when I start putting the percents and everything in. So I just draw a semicircle. Not even a semicircle. I just kind of draw a big old arc. And I consider that close enough. I know it's not perfect. And I'm completely fine with that. If you want to draw the pretty curve like the other page, cool. If you don't want to draw the curve like that, that's fine too. All right. Now, the key here is you need to divide it into 8 parts. So I divide it in half. And then I take this half and I divide it in half. And then I take this part and divide it in half. So basically, I just keep dividing stuff in half over and over and over and over again. Now, perhaps you're really clever and you can nicely divide it out in 8 pieces. I've seen students that use graph paper for this, and they have really nice looking graphs, but it's okay. So there we go. And they should be about the same size. You can see mine aren't too perfect. And then it says label each section with the percents. Now the percents are referring to the numbers from the previous video off this page. So I'm just going to copy them in. And I'm now regretting my leaving quite this much room. I should have left bigger. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure how I could have made this squishier. Anyway, I'm going to do this. This is 0.15%, 2.35%, 13.5%, 34%, 34%, 13.5%, 2.35%, 0.15%. Okay, again, those are copied right off the other graph. Check. And it says label the vertical axis with the word frequency. Oh, sorry guys, we're going to do a lot of this today. That part is going to be exactly the same on every single graph you draw. And in fact, I keep thinking I should just get myself a nice stamp made with this much information because that's identical every single time I draw this. Once you have that, now we're going to customize it for a question. See, I didn't even read this. I don't care. This much, same every single time. So what we want to do now is we need to label the mean, and the mean is the middle one. And I tend to do this at the top, right? Simple for me. And I put the 15 down here. And then we need to label all these little lines here. And if you remember from the other picture, I'm not going to throw it back at you. You go up by standard deviations. So this, I'm really wishing I had give myself more room. I'm going to put +2 because that's a standard deviation. So this is 17. And then I go +2. So this is 19. And I go +2. And that should be 21. And I don't label the last one because that's the part that like tails off and yeah, it just keeps going. We don't have to worry about that part. Yeah, if we went +2, +2, +2, guess what? We do -2, -2, -2 on the other side. So -2, and that's going to give me to 13. And -2 is going to get me to 11. And -2 is going to get me to 9. Okay. Label the horizontal axis. It will be specific to the graph. Well, I didn't tell you what this graph was about. It could be in kilograms, it could be times. I don't know, because I didn't give you enough information, and it says add a title to the graph, and I'm just going to write practice. And if I had room down here, I would write practice again. Right, ta-da! That's all there is to it. So, if you're feeling comfortable, turn off the video and drew exactly these steps with a mean of 12 and a standard deviation of 1.5. All right, I'm going to trust you did that. I'm going to see if I can make my graph a little bit bigger this time. Give myself some more wiggle room. All right, big curve. Try your best to make it all nice and symmetrical. All right, so I'm going to divide it in half. And that's my mean. And then I'm going to divide it here. Oof, it looks like half. And there. So each one of those. I did not bad job there getting it all left. Okay, so I've got to divide it up. Now I need my percents. Okay, that looks better for me. That was too much squished in one little spot. I should put percents on all those. It's going to get messy, but that's okay. And we rate frequency. Cool. Might be clever to do this in pencil too, because this just looks messy. All right, now we actually have to do the work. And we need to find the mean, which was 12. And then standard deviation is 1.5. So you know what? I'm going to do this. One of my students showed me how to do this. And I said, you know what? I do that all the time, and it's so much easier. I thought, dang, that's good. See, threw in the little standard deviation. As I go to my right, I'm going to add because the numbers are getting bigger. So I go to my left, my numbers are going to get smaller. So 12 plus 1.5. I know that's 13.5 plus 1.5, 14, 15. Plus 1.5, 16.5. Now I go 12. And go this way, the other way. 1.5, 10.5 minus 1.5, 9. And there we go. And again, with my labeling, I'm just going to call this practice. And this one practice. We'll call it practice 2. And practice 2. Okay, you guys comfortable? Yeah, seriously, if you didn't do it before, really, turn off the video. Finish up these last two. Right, I trust you did that. There's my graph. Oh, looking further and further from that nice bell curve. Looks more like a bowl curve. That's okay. I get away with it by calling it a sketch. All right, so my, yes, my mu, or mean, is 24. And I'm going up and down by 3.8. You know what? Eventually, by the time I'm done this, I'm going to figure out the way I want. Oh, what did I forget? Yes, I forgot my percents. 0.15%. There. Okay, so now I'm going to need to go plus 3.8 plus 3.8 minus 3.8 minus 3.8. All right. 24 plus 3.8, 27.8. Whoops. Okay, let's start over again. 24 plus 3.8, 27.8 plus 3.8, 31.6 plus 3.8, 34, nope, 35.4. Okay, same thing, going down. 24 minus 3.8, 20.2 minus messed it up. 20.2 minus 3.8, 16.4 minus 3.8, 12.6. Again, it's 3 up, 3 down. Don't bother doing that last number. And in fact, it looks really weird, verging on incorrect if you do that one. So what did I miss? Ooh, I missed the word frequency. And I guess I'm calling this practice 3. I just want to get you in the habit of labeling stuff. All right, last one. My symmetry is not bad. So there's mu, there's my middle. Okay, now my mu here is 2578. So, oops, frequency. And I should put my numbers in, 0.15. Now, since my numbers are so big, 2578, I'm going to do it that way. So plus 18, plus 18, plus 18. Now, do you need to do that part? No. But I've seen a lot more students get it right doing that than ones that are like, nah, I don't need to do that. So 2578 plus 18, 2596. Now we're going to subtract 18. All right. Sorry about so much flipping in this video. And I guess we just get to call this practice 4. And I really don't have units down here. But let's write something anyway, just so you get used to writing something down there. All right. Ta-da. I'm hoping by the time you got to the end of that last one, you are starting to get bored and you got this.